All right, folks, saddle up, because tonight we are diving deep into an NFC showdown that's got more twists and turns than a rodeo clown riding a bucking bronco.
Oh, I like that.
It's the Dallas Cowboys facing off
Right.
against the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football. And
Big war.
let me tell you, the storylines here are juicier than a plate of Texas ribs.
Yeah, what's really interesting here is both these teams had Super Bowl dreams at the beginning of the season, and yet they've kind of stumbled out of the gate.
Yeah.
It's week 8.
Crazy.
And the Cowboys are sitting at 3-3, while the Niners are barely clinging to a winning record at 3-4.
Oof.
Not exactly the start either franchise was hoping for.
No. It's a real head scratcher, isn't it?
Yeah.
You look at the talent on both sides of the ball,
So much talent.
and you wonder how they've managed to trip over their own spurs so many times this season.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are coming off a bye week after that beatdown they took from the Lions. Ouch. While the 49ers are trying to regain their home field advantage in front of their faithful fans.
Right.
But the question on everyone's mind is, can either of these teams lasso a win tonight and turn their season around?
That's the million-dollar question. And to understand the answer, we need to look beyond the win-loss records.
Okay.
Let's start with the 49ers.
All right.
They've been absolutely ravaged by injuries,
What?
particularly on the defensive side of the ball.
Wow.
We're talking about Pro Bowl caliber players like Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Talanoa Hufanga, who have all missed significant time.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
It's bad.
Wow.
It's a testament to Kyle Shanahan's coaching that they've managed to stay afloat.
Yeah.
But you have to wonder how long they can keep patching things together with duct tape and prayers.
So are you saying that the Cowboys might actually have an advantage here? Going up against a 49ers defense that's more banged up than a rodeo bull?
Possible.
After a championship ride?
It's certainly a factor, and it's something the Cowboys will be looking to exploit.
For sure.
Dak Prescott has shown that he can pick apart defenses when he has time in the pocket.
Yep.
And with the 49ers missing some key pieces in their pass rush, this could be a game where he puts up some big numbers.
Oh, wow.
But let's not forget that the Cowboys have their own weaknesses, particularly on defense.
Oh.
They've struggled against the run at times, and the 49ers, even with their injuries, still have a potent rushing attack.
Yeah.
Led by Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He is.
All right, so we've got two teams with high expectations, but inconsistent performance.
For sure.
Both battling injuries and trying to find their identity.
Yep.
Sounds like a recipe for a wild, unpredictable game.
Should be a good one.
Let's talk about what the experts are saying.
All right.
What are the betting odds looking like for this matchup?
The odds makers have the 49ers as 5-point favorites at home.
At home.
At home.
Interesting.
Which might surprise some people given their injury woes. But keep in mind, this is a team that has won 34 straight regular season games as favorites. 34.
Wow.
An absolutely mind-boggling streak.
It's insane.
They're a tough team to bet against.
Yeah.
Even when they're not at full strength.
34 straight games. Wow, that's like the betting equivalent of a bucking bronco going undefeated for an entire season.
Right.
But you're right, the 49ers have a knack for finding ways to win.
They do.
Even when the chips are down.
Uh-huh.
What about our resident betting guru, Anita Marks? What's her take on this game?
Anita's is actually going against the grain here.
Oh, really?
She's picking the 49ers to win, but only by 4.5 points.
Interesting.
Which means she's not as confident in their ability to cover the spread.
Yeah.
Her reasoning is interesting.
Okay.
She thinks that the Cowboys, coming off the bye week, will be well-rested and prepared.
Yeah.
And she's also concerned about the 49ers' ability to generate consistent offense with so many key players out.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Anita's basically saying that while she believes in the 49ers' ability to win, she thinks it's going to be a closer, grittier game than the odds makers are predicting.
Yeah, I think so.
She's probably looking at the Cowboys' recent track record on extra rest.
Possibly.
They're 12-4 ATS under Mike McCarthy when they've had a bye week.
Wow.
Including 5 straight wins against the spread since last season.
That's a good stat.
That's a stat that has to make you think twice about laying 5 points with the 49ers.
Absolutely. It highlights the importance of digging deeper than the surface level stats.
Right.
Sometimes the most valuable insights are found in the details.
Oh, yeah.
The trends, the matchups.
Yeah.
The little things that can swing a game one way or the other.
And speaking of details, let's dive into some of the specific player props that have caught our eye.
All right, sounds good.
We'll start with Dak Prescott, the Cowboys signal caller.
Okay.
His passing yards prop is set at 249.5. Given the 49ers injury situation, do you think he'll be slinging the pigskin all over the field?
He could.
Or will that depleted 49ers defense still manage to keep him under wraps?
That's a great question. And it really comes down to
Yeah.
how well the Cowboys' offensive line can protect Dak.
Okay.
The 49ers still have some disruptive players up front.
Right.
Even without Bosa.
Yeah.
Guys like Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw can create havoc in the backfield.
Right.
If the Cowboys can give Dak time to throw,
yeah,
I think he has a good chance of going over that 249.5 mark.
Okay.
But if the 49ers can generate consistent pressure,
yeah,
it could be a tough night for Dak in the Cowboys' passing game.
So it's a battle of strength versus strength?
It is.
The Cowboys' offensive line, one of the best in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Going up against a 49ers defensive front that's still dangerous, even with some key players missing.
Yep.
Talk about a clash of the Titans.
For sure.
What about touchdowns? Dak's prop for passing TDs is set at 1.5.
1.5.
Over or under?
I'm leaning slightly towards the over on this one.
Okay.
The 49ers have struggled to defend tight ends this season.
Interesting.
And the Cowboys have a talented, young tight end in Jake Ferguson.
Okay.
Who could be a factor in the red zone.
Yeah.
Plus, if the Cowboys fall behind, Dak might be forced to throw a lot.
Right.
Which could lead to more touchdown opportunities.
It's a thinking Dak might have to air it out.
He might.
To keep pace with the 49ers offense.
Right.
Even if it means taking some risks.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now let's shift our focus to the 49ers backfield, where things are a bit more muddled with all the injuries.
Dak got some issues back there.
Jordan Mason's rushing yards prop is set at 79.5.
Okay.
With Christian McCaffrey still working his way back from injury. Do you think Mason can shoulder the load and surpass that mark?
I think Mason has a real opportunity to shine in this game.
Really?
Especially if McCaffrey is limited.
Right.
The Cowboys, as we mentioned earlier, have been susceptible to the run.
Yeah, they have.
And Mason has shown flashes of explosiveness when he's had the chance to carry the ball.
Okay.
He's a physical runner who can wear down defenses. And I think he could have a big game against this Cowboys front.
So you're saying that even with McCaffrey potentially not at 100%, the 49ers running game could still be a major factor in this matchup?
I think so.
That's a testament to their depth in coaching.
It is.
Now, I can't talk about this game without mentioning the star receivers on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
CeeDee Lamb for the Cowboys and George Kittle for the 49ers.
Two of the best.
Both of these guys are capable of turning a short pass into a long touchdown.
Oh, for sure.
And their receiving yards props reflect that Lamb is set at 79.5.
Okay.
While Kittle is at 59.5.
Right.
Which way are you leaning on those?
I'm actually leaning towards the over on both of those props. Lamb is Dak Prescott's go-to target.
Yeah.
And even against a tough 49ers secondary, I expect him to see plenty of targets and make some big plays.
Okay.
As for Kittle, he's a matchup nightmare for any defense.
Yeah, that's true.
And with the 49ers potentially relying more on the passing game due to injuries, he could have a monster game.
So you're envisioning a scenario where both quarterbacks are slinging the ball around, trying to keep pace with each other, and their star receivers are feasting on the opportunities.
Yep.
Sounds like a recipe for some fantasy football fireworks.
Good.
But let's not forget about the 49ers' other dynamic weapon,